Go.
Oh my goodness!
Oh no!
Oh my goodness!
Oh no!
Oh my
Oh
goodness!
no!
Boom! Perfect shot.
And it ended in the way that it should. Sometimes a story ends in the way that the story should end. It always should have ended with Anthony Joshua knocking out Jake Paul. And that's exactly what we got. But I think it's time that people give Paul some credit for what he did, what he has done for boxing.
He's hurt.
It's over. It's over.
Hey, my boxing knowledge is impeccable. 6 rounds.
He got up again.
My 50,000 is saved.
Just to follow up on Jake, he said he broke his jaw in the aftermath. Has he gone to hospital? What's the health update on Jake?
Yeah, we think he broke his jaw. He's fine. We met with Netflix afterwards. He took a shower. He drove himself to the hospital. A broken jaw is very common in sports, particularly in boxing or MMA, and I think the recovery time from the doctors and surgeons we've already talked to is 4 to 6 weeks.
Anthony Joshua didn't step into the ring for a casual bout. He showed up like a professional on the job, focused, clocked in, and completely uninterested in playing games with internet fame.
When I could. It was a bit messy, but from a systematical breakdown, the right hand landed, it found its home, and the referee waved it off after. Did he get counted out or did the ref wave it off?
I believe he got counted out.
So the right hand found its home. I would have loved to have landed some more body shots, but it weren't for tonight, maybe in the future, but we got the job done in the end anyway.
From the first bell, Jake looked unsettled, constantly circling as if something was chasing him, while AJ advanced with patience. He didn't hurry or show frustration, he simply narrowed the space, using textbook heavyweight positioning. Calm, controlled, and unavoidable.
Incredible knockout. What do you think?
I think he did what he had to do. He went out there, took his time, chased him down, unloaded, and got the knockout. So it's what we were expecting. I thought it'd be earlier, but he got the job done. So congratulations to Joshua.
What's next for Jake Paul? Should he retire? Should he fight on?
He can do whatever he wants. If he wants to continue.
What about Joshua? You want to beat with Joshua?
Always.
To be fair, Jake had some early success. He slipped a few shots, snapped out a jab, and for brief moments you could imagine his supporters insisting he belonged in there. But this wasn't a ballroom, it was a work zone, and AJ showed up ready for heavy labor. Every clinch became a lesson in leverage, with Joshua draping his weight over him like a casual reminder of the size difference.
Impressed the fact that Jake lasted so long, or I don't know, what's your take on it?
Not really. I expected that, you know.
You expected him to last?
I mean, I expected Jake to fight the way he fought.
Right.
You know, trying to stay away. You don't know if how long that's gonna last. You know, Joshua has something to say about that. So you don't know, but I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised.
Right. Were you, I don't know, impressed by anything Jake did? Maybe he took a right hand to heavyweights have taken and got
Jake
up.
is tough, man, and that's what I try to tell people when they try to completely discredit him. No, Jake Paul is not the face of boxing, and yes, that's disrespectful to the guys that been doing it from the crib, but you can't just throw the baby out with the bathwater, bro. Like, he's been training and he knows enough in that ring to be able to, you know, protect himself, and he's a tough kid.
The pressure was exhausting, knocking the wind out of him and making the ring seem tighter with every movement. By the later rounds, Jake had abandoned any real strategy. Instead of executing a plan, he was circling aimlessly, clinching, stumbling, and searching for a break that boxing simply doesn't allow. Even the referee lost patience, practically signaling that this wasn't a wrestling match, no matter how much the broadcast deal cost.
I knew we were going to beat him, but I didn't expect it to go as many rounds as it did. And I think Jake deserves a huge amount of credit, because I know he ran and held, but he did throw shots at times. But where I think he deserves credit is he took some punishment. And that shot was a similar right hand that flattened Ngannou and put him to sleep. And I know it shattered Jake Paul's jaw and broke his jaw, but he was, I mean, it wasn't okay, but he was on, he was awake. So I've got to give him credit. I think he's a crazy
By the 6th round, everything aligned. AJ finally found the opening and uncorked a right hand that carried authority, snapping Jake's head back and ending the night on the spot. Just like that, the noise disappeared and the lesson was clear. It wasn't showy. It wasn't wild. It was mature, controlled pressure, the kind that reminds you confidence and footwork matter, but in the heavyweight division, physics always has the final say. And Anthony Joshua knows exactly how to use it.
What happened what was always going to happen. A lot of people thought it would only last 1 round, 2 rounds, but you've got to give Jake credit. He went out there and had a solid game plan and was implementing it at times, was landing shots and was avoiding getting hit with the big shots. But there's a reason we have weight categories in boxing, and I'd say he sticks with the cruiserweight division where the guys are the same size as him, because that, without having the schooling, the many years, I was able to give away 100 pounds in weight because I've been boxing since I was 10.
When the sweat cooled and the crowd quieted down, the moment shifted from chaos to clarity as Joshua stepped to the microphone. He sounded like someone who just finished a demanding workday and was already thinking about how to do it better next time. No celebration, no bragging, just blunt heavyweight realism. The message was simple: winning isn't enough if the standard is higher than average. He read Jake's movement early, chose steady pressure over pointless pursuit, and approached the bout like a full-length test, not a quick check-in. And when AJ talks about mental warfare, it isn't a metaphor, it's a notice. At heavyweight, they don't just attack your body. They take up residence in your thoughts.
Or Jake would have moved around the ring at 100 miles an hour. There's 2 things I would have done. Tried to shut Jake down at 100 miles an hour, or I would have gone on the back foot. So Jake decided to move around the ring, and I decided to put the pressure on. What I could have done better is a lot of things. 100%. In the fight game, you've seen the amazing fighters that have graced us over the last 100 years. And the expectations that we put on ourselves are immense, but I tried my best.
And to be fair, Joshua gave Jake his acknowledgement, recognizing the toughness and nerve it takes to step through the ropes when most people only talk from the comfort of their couches. Then Eddie Hearn weighed in like the adult in the room, sounding equal parts proud and relieved. The point was clear: this was always a steep climb, but at least Jake attempted the ascent instead of commenting from afar. Hearn didn't pretend the fight was competitive, yet he still credited Jake for adapting, enduring, and making it to the final bell on his feet. That isn't pity, that's the respect boxing offers when someone answers the challenge.
Give him anything but credit and respect. There's a lot of negative people out there. There's a lot of people who want to criticise people. They're not doing what Jake Paul's done. He just went in with Anthony Joshua and gave it his best shot. Took a lot of punishment and ended the fight eventually on his feet after the stoppage. So, I think he'll have to see physically how that jaw, I don't know the severity of it. It's a very difficult injury to come back from. But he showed he's got ability, and that's what we said. He's dedicated to the game.
He has got ability.
What stands out is that AJ isn't satisfied. That's the mindset of a true champion, knowing you can't rely on viral moments or highlight reels. You have to keep improving or risk falling behind. When he talks about future plans, coaching guidance, and eliminating distractions, it's a clear message: he's still sharpening his skills. So if you thought this fight was just for show, look closer. What we really witnessed was experience meeting belief, pressure overcoming movement, and a heavyweight proving that growth doesn't end when the final bell rings.
And is entering next year?
So, the best promoter in the world has been speaking with Turkey, His Excellency, Riyadh season, and now he's going to relay those messages and speak to my training team, the Right to Fight team. They're going to have conversations. They're going to speak to my manager, and everyone's going to kind of see where I'm at. My training team know my body really well. They know what I've been through over the X amount of weeks I've been with them. So it's up to them to make a decision. They're going to speak with Eddie, and then hopefully in a week or so, I'll have some news. I'm a strong guy. I want to push on, but the coaches, it's really up to them. They're the ones that...
Right after AJ and Eddie deliver their calm, no-nonsense reality check, the camera cuts to Logan Paul, looking like the proudest big brother watching a collision of courage and chaos. Listening to him, you can sense it. This isn't promo talk. It's pure family instinct. He's basically saying, forget the scorecards. Forget the optics. My brother stepped in with a man built like a superhero and didn't back down. That alone shifts how you view the fight. And sure, there's bias, but he's not wrong. Most people won't even throw a punch at a shadow, let alone share the ring with a heavyweight packing real power.
I'm just so proud of him. That was incredible. In my view, that was a victory on all fronts.
Right.
Like, minus the actual victory, obviously, of course, but bro, like, no one expected him to last 6 rounds with AJ. In my opinion, he won 4 of them. People will argue that. He at least won 3. No one expected him to last that long. Rolled his ankle, broke his jaw, still fighting, man. Like, that's tough, man.
Logan talking about Jake twisting an ankle, battling through a broken jaw, and still trying to stay in the fight sounds more like a survival report than a match recap. The funniest part? Logan admitted he might have stirred the bear a bit too much, then instantly realized, yeah, that bear punches for a living. Pure sibling energy. Cheer your brother on, annoy the monster, then watch physics do its thing. What I respect is how he frames it. No sugarcoating, no pretending it was easy, just genuine pride that Jake stayed mentally present when things went south. You can laugh at the optimism or debate the rounds, but you can't ignore that level of confidence. It's earned from surviving what most people wouldn't even attempt, even in a video game. Whether you're a fan, a skeptic, or just here for the show, moments like this are exactly why these fights spark conversations that outlive the final bell.
Most people wouldn't have the balls ever to step in a boxing ring in their life. He stepped in a boxing ring with one of the baddest men on the planet, who's 40 pounds heavier than him and 6 inches taller. That's insane. He's one of the most skilled fighters on the planet. My brother, as a YouTuber, went 6 rounds with him in a fight with a broken jaw and rolled ankle. I'm so proud of him. That was just unbelievable.
I saw you talking crap to AJ at one point.
I was trying to get his head. I think I pissed him off. I was just saying that. I love AJ. But bro,
I saw you going down the fight.
I was talking so much. But I just pissed him off. Then he broke my brother's jaw. This guy.
Broke his jaw, huh?
Yeah, he split his jaw.
This guy broke his jaw, hey? Oh, he broke his jaw. Coming right after Logan's emotional big brother energy, the mood shifts instantly when DC speaks, colder, sharper, and far less sentimental. Now it's not about pride or family, it's about fighting reality. Listening to Daniel Cormier, you can tell this is someone who spent time in rooms where fairy tales don't last long. DC isn't rude or mean, he's precise. He calls out what others tiptoe around. Belief is admirable, movement is impressive, but gravity always has the final word. When he talks about Joshua, you can feel the respect for the sport itself. This fight wasn't just a spectacle, it was boxing defending its reputation. And yes, when DC jokes about someone dropping $20 on Jake like it's a lottery ticket, it lands with that same mix of wit and cold reality.
Some people believe in fairy tales. Whoever believed that Jake Paul was gonna win, that was an absolute fairy tale. I've got a friend in a group message that said, I just put $20 on Jake Paul to win. I was like, bro, you just wasted your money. There was never a world in which Jake Paul was going to beat Anthony Joshua. It was always a matter of how the fight would end. So
that wasn't comedy, that was tough love. DC gave Jake credit where it was due, courage, grit, and heart. But he made it clear this wasn't some superhero story where the underdog suddenly unlocks a hidden power. This was a heavyweight methodically gathering information, waiting for the moment to act. DC saw it all, the frustration, the movement, the clinches, the survival instincts, and he analyzed it like a manual. When a big man steadily advances without rushing, he's not confused, he's patient. Then DC dives deeper, breaking down posture, pressure, and that invisible weight you feel when someone bigger won't hurry. That analysis is gold for anyone who misses the subtlety. Joshua wasn't flustered, he was letting time do the work.
So the fight starts. Joshua cannot catch up to Jake. You can see very clearly that the game plan was for Paul to kind of run and frustrate Anthony Joshua over the course of this fight. And through the first few rounds, it was working. Hell, in the first round, neither one of them landed a damn punch. And that's the problem with boxing. The problem with boxing is you can get these fights that have all this hype and nothing happens.
DC called out the wrestling attempts, the double leg shots, and the referee's puzzled reactions. It was his way of saying, this is what happens when two very different worlds collide. Then he pointed out the exact moment Joshua seemed to realize, your best shot doesn't faze me. That's the turning point, when a fight stops feeling competitive and starts feeling inevitable. DC didn't hype the finish like a highlight reel. He framed it as the natural conclusion, fair, precise, and necessary. He struck the perfect balance. Jake earned respect for stepping in, but the ring still told the truth. No shortcuts, no tricks, no viral moments, just the heavyweight equation playing out in real time, for all of us to witness. That wasn't a spectacle collapsing, that was reality stepping up and proving it still works.
Sometimes a story ends in the way that the story should end. It always should have ended with Anthony Joshua knocking out Jake Paul. And that's exactly what we got. But I think it's time that people give Paul some credit for what he did, what he has done for boxing, and his ability and willingness to stand in there.
When you look at the night as a whole, it wasn't about mocking confidence or hyping someone up. It was about seeing belief tested against experience, pressure, and time. Jake brought heart, courage, and a kind of confidence that creates big moments. AJ, meanwhile, showed why heavyweight boxing thrives on discipline, patience, and consequences. One man chased a vision, the other enforced reality, and the ring didn't argue. It simply determined the winner. Now I want to hear from you. Was it heart, hype, or harsh reality that spoke the loudest? Drop your thoughts in the comments, keep it respectful and debate like true fans. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Boxing Stories. Catch you in the next one.